How's everybody doing? My name is Anthony Brian Logan, and today we got to talk about Joe Biden officially throwing his name in the hat of the 10 trillion other Democrats who have announced they're going to run for the presidency in 2020. Now, this is no surprise to me. I'm not shocked at all. I saw it coming for a long time now. I've been talking about it. He's been talking about it too, because he was doing some kind of speech where he slipped up and said, "Oh, I'm the best candidate running." And he was like, "Oh, if I did run." It's like, come on, man. It's no secret that you were going to run, Joe Biden. We all know about it. But he has absolutely zero, counted 1, 2, 0 chance of winning for a variety of reasons. But before I go down that road, I got to talk about his rollout. His announcement video pushing a lie about Charlottesville. I did a video about Charlottesville and the whole thing and why I support what Trump said. You can check that out in the box below. But basically, his video was, Charlottesville was a terrible attack, and Trump said there was good people on both sides, the white supremacists and the anti-white supremacists. Check it out.
He said there were, quote, some very fine people on both sides. Very fine people on both sides? With those words, the President of the United States assigned a moral equivalence between those spreading hate and those with the courage to stand against it.
The sides were not that. It was about the statue of Robert E. Lee. That was the whole thing. There was a statue of Robert E. Lee not far from a college campus, UVA, in Charlottesville, Virginia. Some people wanted the statue to stay. Some wanted it to leave. You had regular, everyday people that live in Charlottesville or close by that came out to support either side, that were not politically motivated, affiliated, or anything like that, just regular, everyday normies. And college kids were there as well, people that supported the statue and those that didn't. Those were the good people on both sides. Then you also had subversive groups that came and descended upon this particular situation of the statue. Your KKK, your neo-Nazis, your white supremacists, and also your Black Lives Matter, Antifa. It's funny how whenever Charlottesville is mentioned by these leftist people in a negative way, they never mention the other subversive groups that were there, like Black Lives Matter and Antifa. They only mention the white supremacists, neo-Nazi, KKK. It's for shock value. It's to make you fear that whole thing. It's to make you fear the Republican Party or any conservative. But for now, I digress. This whole thing about Charlottesville was a fake narrative. Now, originally, he was going to kick his campaign off in Charlottesville, from what I've been hearing. That could be wrong, but that's what I'm hearing. It didn't make sense if you had a video to kick off a campaign in Charlottesville and then do it there as well, or announce straight from Charlottesville during a live stream or something like that. But he's going to go to Pittsburgh instead. Not Delaware where he's from, but I'll get back to that in a moment. He has no chance of being able to win. The biggest reason is not even Trump. Some may be surprised I'm saying that because, the incumbent almost never loses in American elections. We're talking about the president. And the popularity behind Trump is just unrivaled. Joe Biden, Bernie Sanders, none of them have the kind of popularity and enthusiasm that Trump has. But it's not even Trump. The real reason he has no chance of being able to win is the Democratic Party itself. The DNC is pretty much controlled by the Three Stooges: AOC, Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, Rashida Tlaib, and Ilhan Omar. Those are the three biggest figures over there right now, in my humble opinion, especially AOC. She's the ringleader. Okay. She talks about the Green New Deal, a thing that had been around for years and years and years under Jill Stein. She brings it back from the dead. Now, all of a sudden, every Democrat in the world is on it. Everybody's talking about it. People like Bill de Blasio talking about they're going to ban skyscrapers with steel and glass to cut down on carbon emission. Stupid stuff, but that's what she has been able to do. She ran off Amazon. She has become so powerful and influential that she is pretty much controlling the party. Same thing with Rashida Tlaib and Ilhan Omar. Okay. We've brought back anti-Semitism, being anti-Israel. That is very popular now on the left because of them. Okay. Being racist outwardly because they called Lynn Patton, a black woman who was Donald Trump's friend, a token for going to a congressional hearing supporting her friend Donald Trump against Michael Cohen for calling them a racist. Okay, AOC, Rashida Tlaib, they signed off on that and it's all good. So where does Joe Biden, a 76-year-old white male, fit in here? Okay, his race and age are important because over the past few years, the Democratic Party have been against old white men. It's the whole thing they're talking about. Old white men gotta go. It's about diversity, inclusion, young people. That's what they want. That's why the Three Stooges are so popular, because they're kind of young, relatively young, and they are non-white and women. If they were not that, if that was three white guys, the impact would not be there, because who cares? You don't fit the particular mold we're trying to go for. And if he were to run or have get past the primary, Joe Biden, who would be the vice president? Bernie Sanders, a 77-year-old white male? Like, who are you going to pick? You going to pick a woman to be the vice president? That's not going to fly, because then they're going to say you're practicing your white male patriarchy on us by making a woman serve you rather than having her be in the lead. You take the back end, let her be the lead. It's going to be the same thing happened to Bernie Sanders when he was on stage somewhere at a podium, and then you had Black Lives Matter come take over the podium. That is going to be Joe Biden's fate, and it's all going to be because of the Democratic Party. Now, Trump can pretty much put his hands in his pocket, sit on his hands. No tweeting has to be done, nothing. No nicknames necessary. Just let the Democrats eat their own, and he'll be pretty much done. It's going to be hilarious to see when they dig into Joe Biden's record as well, because aside from him being creepy and touchy-feely that I covered in a different video, if you want to see that, I'll put it in the box below. Aside from that, he also is kind of a neocon. For the Iraq War, for NAFTA. So the socialist left that we have nowadays is not for that. He also shares a sin with Bill Clinton and Hillary Clinton. Remember that whole thing about Hillary Clinton not being somebody that should be in the White House because of her husband and what he did with the 94 crime bill, the Clinton crime bill? Well, guess who wrote that crime bill? You got it, Joe Biden himself. Now, how are you going to put a 76-year-old white male neocon who wrote the crime bill in office in a Democrat side of things? How is that going to work? It's kind of baffling to me that he's leading in the polls. I think it's him and Bernie. I don't get it. Everything that he has done, everything that he has been for, his identity, all of that would make you think he's not going to have a chance. And I got to add one more thing to his record. Back in 1975, he had choice words for busing, bringing black kids to white kids' schools. He said, and I quote, pardon the French here, "Who the hell do we think we are, that the only way a black man or woman can learn is if they rub shoulders with my white child?" That was Joe Biden in 1975. If you don't believe me, I'll place an article from the Washington Post with that quote in the box below. So you're against desegregation. You wrote the crime bill. You're a neocon, warmonger for NAFTA. Where is the redeeming quality here? The only thing you have is the fact that you were Barack Obama's vice president. So he may come out and campaign for him. But he's run, Joe Biden, that is, a president year after year after year since the 80s. And has been unsuccessful. So why would 2020 be any different? It won't. But it'd be funny to see how the Justice Democrats and all these other groups within the Democratic Party that have become so far left and so powerful that the whole party is being pushed to the far left. They have co-opted the Democratic Party, taken over the Democratic Party, and Joe Biden is a man without a country. So what do you think? Do you think Joe Biden will get the nomination to be the Democrats' choice for 2020? If so, why do you think that way? What would make him be the ideal candidate? If it's not going to be him, then who would it be? Do you think I'm right here that he has zero chance? It ain't going to happen. His background, his identity, all that stuff just does not really fit in today's Democratic Party. Whatever your comments are, please let me know in the comments below. And that's all I got to say for this video. If you like what you heard, please comment, rate, share, and subscribe. Peace.